Have you ever felt that nagging, whisper-like feeling that something inside just isn't right, but you can't quite put your finger on it? For so many of us, especially as we journey through our golden years, we dismiss these little signals as just part of getting older. But what if I told you that one of the most silent and dangerous health threats often disguises itself as simple indigestion or back pain? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this hidden enemy, pancreatic cancer. And I promise that by the end of our time together, you'll know its earliest whispers, empowering you to protect your health and longevity. If you're ready to take charge of your well-being, do me a quick favor. Tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below with where you're watching from. I love seeing our amazing community grow, and I might just give you a shout out in the next video. Let's begin this journey together, my friend. Think of me as your guide, someone who is deeply invested in your well-being and happiness. We're not here to spread fear, but to arm you with knowledge, because knowledge is the cornerstone of healthy aging and maintaining your precious independence. The human body has a unique way of communicating with us, sending subtle hints long before it shouts for help. Our goal today is to learn that language, to become fluent in the signals of our own bodies. This isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about actively cultivating a higher quality of life, ensuring that your years are filled with vitality and joy, not uncertainty. The first topic on our list is perhaps the most commonly misunderstood of all: a gentle but persistent abdominal pain. It's not the sharp, dramatic pain you see in movies. Oh no, it's far more cunning than that. It's a dull ache, a feeling of uncomfortable pressure, usually right in the upper part of your belly, just below your ribs. It's the kind of thing you'd easily blame on that extra slice of pizza last night, or a bit of stress from the day. It comes and goes, playing a frustrating game of hide and seek, making it all too easy to say, "Oh, it's probably nothing." This is the first step in its masterful disguise, a trick that keeps us from looking deeper. Now, what makes this particular discomfort so peculiar is its behavior. It might show up after a meal, making you think you've developed a food sensitivity. Other times, it appears for no reason at all, leaving you completely puzzled. But here is the most fascinating and crucial clue, a detail that even many doctors might initially overlook. This discomfort often gets a little better if you lean your body forward. Think about that for a moment. You might be sitting in your favorite armchair, feel that nagging ache, and instinctively lean forward or curl up and find a small measure of relief, tricking you into thinking it's just a posture issue. The reason for this strange phenomenon lies in the pancreas's location. This vital organ is tucked away deep in your abdomen, behind your stomach, and close to your spine. When a tumor begins to grow, it starts to exert pressure on the surrounding organs and nerves. By leaning forward, you're physically creating a tiny bit more space, temporarily relieving that pressure. This isn't the sharp burning sensation of gastritis, nor is it the specific right-sided pain of a gallbladder issue. It's a vague, deep pressure, a quiet but relentless knock on the door that we must learn to answer for our long-term health. And the deception doesn't stop there. As this situation progresses, the pain can begin to travel. It often radiates from your abdomen straight through to your back, settling in the middle or lower region. How many seniors do you know who complain of a persistent backache? We immediately blame our mattress, a clumsy lift, or simply the wear and tear of a long life. It's a perfect cover story. But if you have this mysterious back pain that doesn't seem to be related to any physical strain, especially if it's accompanied by that upper abdominal discomfort, your body is sending a coordinated message that demands your attention for your own well-being. Let's move on to the second sign, which is far more visible but can be surprisingly easy to miss in its early stages. We're talking about jaundice. Now, that word might conjure up images of a dramatic, bright yellow skin tone, but it rarely starts that way. It begins as a very subtle, almost unnoticeable yellowing, most often seen first in the whites of the eyes. You might only catch a glimpse of it in a very bright room or when standing in natural sunlight. It's a change so gradual that you, and even your loved ones, might not register it for weeks, chalking it up to fatigue or poor lighting. The connection to the pancreas is incredibly direct and mechanical. When a tumor, especially one in the head of the pancreas, grows large enough, it can press on and block the bile duct. Think of the bile duct as a tiny plumbing pipe that carries a digestive fluid called bile from your liver to your intestines. When that pipe is blocked, the bile has nowhere to go. It backs up, and one of its components, a yellow substance called bilirubin, accumulates in your bloodstream. This is what begins to tint your skin and eyes yellow, a clear signal that something is obstructing your internal systems and affecting your quality of life. This process is a fundamental disruption to your body's natural flow, a system designed for perfect harmony. Your liver is doing its job, producing the bile needed for healthy digestion and nutrition, but the path is blocked. This internal traffic jam is a serious issue that goes beyond just a change in your appearance. It's a direct assault on your body's ability to process food and eliminate toxins, two cornerstones of maintaining health and energy as we age. Ignoring this subtle color shift is like ignoring a road-closed sign on a major highway. The consequences of the backup will eventually impact everything. Recognizing this early sign is a profound act of self-care and a testament to practicing healthy habits of awareness. It requires you to truly look at yourself, not just a passing glance in the mirror, but a mindful check-in. It's about noticing the small changes that can signify a bigger issue. For many seniors, catching this subtle yellowing in the eyes can be the single most important observation they make for their longevity, prompting a conversation with a doctor that could quite literally change the course of their future, preserving their happiness and independence for years to come. This blockage of the bile duct leads us directly into our third set of clues, which involve changes in your daily bathroom habits. It's a topic we often shy away from, but your body's waste is one of the most honest reflections of your internal health. As the bile is blocked from entering your intestines, two things happen simultaneously. First, your urine becomes unusually dark. We're talking about a color like dark tea or even a cola, even when you're well hydrated. This happens because your kidneys are working overtime to filter out that excess bilirubin from your blood, which is then expelled in your urine. At the very same time, the opposite is happening with your bowel movements. Bile is what gives stool its typical brown color. So when bile isn't reaching your intestines, your stools become very pale. They can look grayish, clay-colored, or even whitish. This is a direct, unmistakable sign that the normal digestive process has been interrupted. Seeing both dark urine and pale stools at the same time is a powerful combination of signals that something is wrong with the system involving your liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. It's not a symptom to wait and see about. This is a classic example of how interconnected our bodies are. A single issue, a blockage caused by a tumor, creates a cascade of observable effects. It's a beautiful, albeit concerning, illustration of cause and effect within our own biology. Paying attention to these changes is a fundamental aspect of managing your own health and is a simple, daily healthy habit that requires nothing more than a moment of observation. It's about being an active participant in your journey of healthy aging, not just a passenger along for the ride. Many people might notice one of these changes, but not the other, or they might rationalize them. Maybe I'm a bit dehydrated, they'll think when seeing dark urine. Or they might not even notice the change in stool color if they aren't in the habit of looking. But when these signs persist for several weeks, they form a clear pattern. Your body is using a powerful visual language to tell you that a critical pathway is blocked. Listening to this is essential for your well-being and can lead to an earlier diagnosis, which is everything when it comes to treatment. This leads us to our fourth point, and it's a deeply concerning one: unexplained weight loss. I'm not talking about losing a few pounds after starting a new exercise routine. I'm talking about the scale dropping significantly, 10, maybe 20 pounds in just a few months, without you changing a single thing about your diet or activity level. At first, you might even be pleased. What a stroke of luck, you might think. My metabolism must be improving. But this kind of rapid, unintentional weight loss is almost always a major red flag that something serious is happening internally. The reason for this is twofold and goes to the very heart of the pancreas's function. Beyond managing blood sugar, the pancreas is a factory for powerful digestive enzymes. These enzymes are crucial for breaking down the food you eat so your body can absorb the nutrients. When a tumor disrupts the pancreas, it can no longer produce enough of these enzymes. This means that even if you're eating the same healthy meals you always have, your body simply can't extract the calories and vitamins from the food. Your nutrition is severely compromised, no matter how well you eat. Speaking of taking control of your nutrition and overall well-being, I've poured years of research into a comprehensive guide designed specifically for us. It's called Wellness and Aging: Valuable Tips for Seniors, and it goes so much deeper into the healthy habits that promote a vibrant, energetic life. It covers everything from nutrition and exercise to maintaining an active mind, all aimed at enhancing your quality of life. I truly believe it can be a wonderful companion on your health journey. The link to find out more is right there in the first pinned comment below this video. This lack of nutrient absorption is why the weight falls off. You're essentially starving on a cellular level, even with a full stomach. Your body, desperate for fuel, starts to consume its own fat stores and muscle mass. This isn't just about a number on the scale. It comes with a visible change in your appearance. Your face might look more drawn, your clothes will suddenly feel loose, and you'll be overcome with a profound sense of weakness and fatigue. This directly impacts your independence, making everyday tasks feel like monumental efforts and chipping away at your happiness. What's so insidious about this symptom is how it can sneak up on you. You might not notice it day to day, but then one afternoon, you catch your reflection and are startled by how thin you look. Or more commonly, a loved one you haven't seen in a few weeks will say, "Wow, you've lost weight. Are you okay?" This external observation is often the catalyst that makes someone realize the change has been significant. If this happens to you, please listen. It's a critical clue to protecting your long-term health. If this information is resonating with you, a quick like would be so appreciated. It helps our message reach more seniors. Now, let's explore our fifth set of symptoms, which are so unexpected that almost no one would ever connect them to their pancreas. I'm talking about sudden changes in your vision and a persistent feeling of brain fog. Have you noticed that you're squinting more to read the newspaper, or that bright lights seem more blinding than they used to? Perhaps your eyes just feel tired all the time, or you find yourself struggling to concentrate on a conversation, or remember why you walked into a room. We are so quick to blame these things on age or stress. But here's the astonishing connection. A failing pancreas struggles to produce insulin properly, which is essential for regulating your blood sugar. This can cause wild swings in your glucose levels, even if you've never been diagnosed with diabetes. The tiny, delicate blood vessels in the retina at the back of your eye are extremely sensitive to these fluctuations. High blood sugar can cause them to weaken, swell, or even leak, directly affecting the sharpness and clarity of your vision. It's a surprising link between your digestion and your eyesight, impacting your quality of life. This blood sugar imbalance doesn't just affect your eyes, it also has a profound impact on your brain function, which is critical for an active mind. Your brain is a massive consumer of glucose, and it needs a stable supply to work efficiently. When your blood sugar levels are on a roller coaster, it can lead to that frustrating feeling of mental fog, difficulty concentrating, memory lapses, and an overall sense of not being as sharp as you used to be. You might blame it on a poor night's sleep, or just having a senior moment, while the real culprit is hidden deep within your abdomen. The danger here is that these symptoms are so common and have so many potential causes that it's easy to ignore them or pursue the wrong path for treatment. You might get a new glasses prescription or start doing crossword puzzles to sharpen your mind, all while the underlying issue continues to advance unnoticed. That's why context is everything. If these cognitive and visual changes are happening at the same time as some of the other signs we've discussed, it creates a much clearer picture. It's a crucial piece of the puzzle for achieving longevity. Let's pivot to the sixth sign, another one that seems completely unrelated at first glance: intensely itchy skin. I'm not talking about a little patch of dry skin or a fleeting itch from a mosquito bite. This is a deep, persistent, maddening itch that can occur all over your body, but is often most severe on the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. It's an itch that doesn't go away, that can be worse at night, and that often happens without any visible rash or irritation on the skin's surface. It can truly disrupt your happiness and peace. The cause of this relentless itching, or pruritus as it's known medically, brings us back to that blocked bile duct we talked about with jaundice. When bile can't flow correctly, it's not just the bilirubin that builds up in your blood. Other components of bile, specifically bile salts, also accumulate. These substances travel through your bloodstream and get deposited in your skin, where they irritate the delicate nerve endings. This irritation is what triggers the intense, widespread itching sensation that no amount of scratching seems to satisfy. The great mistake so many people make is trying to treat this as a skin-deep problem. You might try every moisturizing cream, oatmeal bath, or over-the-counter allergy pill on the market, but you'll find little to no relief. That's because the problem isn't on the surface of your skin. It's a systemic issue, an internal alarm bell ringing loud and clear. The itch is a direct consequence of an internal malfunction, and until that root cause is addressed, the symptom will persist, heavily impacting your well-being. Think of this itch as one of your body's most urgent and annoying alerts. It's designed to be impossible to ignore. If you're experiencing this kind of crazy-making itch, especially if it's paired with any other symptoms like pale stools, dark urine, or unexplained weight loss, your body is practically screaming for attention. Listening to that scream is a powerful act of self-advocacy and a critical step in the journey of healthy aging. It's a signal that can make all the difference between an early and a late diagnosis. Now for our 7th point, which takes us right back to the dinner table. Have you ever noticed that after eating a meal, especially one that's a bit rich or fatty, your belly blows up like a balloon almost instantly? It's a deeply uncomfortable feeling of fullness and heaviness, as if the food is just sitting there like a brick in your stomach, refusing to move. This is often accompanied by waves of nausea and can be a direct indication that your pancreas is not doing its job correctly, a serious issue for your nutrition. The mechanism here is beautifully simple to understand. As we've discussed, a healthy pancreas produces the enzymes needed to break down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. When a tumor compromises the pancreas's ability to create and release these enzymes, your digestive system is left without its essential tools. Fats are particularly difficult to digest, so when you eat a meal with butter, oil, or fatty meat, your body simply can't process it. The food sits in your stomach, undigested, leading to that profound bloating, gas, and nausea. This symptom often begins subtly. At first, it might only happen after a particularly large or greasy meal, like a holiday feast or a celebratory dinner out. You'll dismiss it as simple overindulgence, but as time goes on, you'll find it happening more and more frequently, with smaller and less fatty meals. Eventually, it can become a part of your daily routine, a constant discomfort that dictates what you can and cannot eat, severely limiting your quality of life and social enjoyment. That pattern of progression is the key to recognizing it's more than just indigestion. So many of us will reach for a quick fix, an antacid, a cup of peppermint tea, hoping for temporary relief. And while these might help a little, they're just putting a bandage on a much deeper wound. That temporary relief can mask the seriousness of the situation, delaying a crucial conversation with your doctor. If you find yourself constantly battling bloating and nausea after eating, and it seems to be getting worse over time, please see it as a pattern. It's a vital clue your body is giving you about its struggle to maintain its health. This brings us to our final and most revealing set of symptoms, which are the direct result of that poor digestion we've been discussing. The first part is something we must talk about openly: the appearance of your stools. When your body is unable to digest fat, that fat has to go somewhere, and it gets eliminated in your bowel movements. This leads to a condition called steatorrhea, or fatty stools. They will look very different, often pale or yellowish. They may appear greasy or oily, and you might even see a shiny film on the surface of the toilet water. A key characteristic of these fatty stools is that they often float and are difficult to flush. And to be frank, they have an exceptionally foul odor, much worse than usual. This is all because of the high content of undigested fat. Observing this is not just an unpleasant experience. It's a direct, unfiltered message from your digestive tract that it is failing to absorb essential nutrients. This is a critical blow to your nutrition and the foundation of your energy and health, impacting your quest for longevity. And that malabsorption leads us straight to the final all-encompassing symptom, a profound and unexplained fatigue. This isn't the normal tiredness you feel after a busy day or a poor night's sleep. This is a bone-deep, soul-crushing exhaustion that never seems to go away, no matter how much you rest or sleep. It's a feeling of being completely drained of energy from the moment you wake up, where even simple daily activities feel like climbing a mountain. This lack of energy is a direct threat to your happiness and independence. This extreme fatigue has two primary causes in this context. First, as we've seen, your body is in a state of malnutrition. It's being deprived of the very fuel it needs to function, so of course you feel exhausted. Second, the cancer itself creates a state of chronic inflammation in the body. Your immune system is working overtime, trying to fight the disease, and this constant internal battle is incredibly draining, depleting your body's reserves. It's a 1-2 punch that leaves you feeling utterly depleted and compromises your overall well-being. I know this is a lot of heavy information, but your health is worth understanding deeply. If you agree, I'd be so grateful if you'd let me know in the comments. I read every single one. So there we have it, my friends. 8 crucial, often whispered signs from your body, from a dull ache in your belly to a mysterious itch, from pale stools to a fatigue that sleep can't fix. None of these signs in isolation screams pancreatic cancer, but when they start to appear together, when they form a persistent pattern, they create a story. It's a story of an internal struggle, a cry for help from a vital organ. Learning to read this story is one of the most powerful healthy habits you can cultivate for your longevity. This knowledge isn't meant to make you a hypochondriac, seeing disease around every corner. Quite the opposite. It's meant to make you an expert in your own body, a confident guardian of your own health. It transforms you from a passive observer into an active participant in your journey of healthy aging. It empowers you to walk into a doctor's office with specific, observant information, which is invaluable for a swift and accurate diagnosis. It's about taking control and preserving your precious quality of life. The entire purpose of our chat today is to foster that deep connection with yourself, to encourage that quiet moment of daily reflection on how you truly feel. It's about honoring the incredible, complex machine that is your body and giving it the attention and care it deserves. Your body is your partner in this journey of life, and like any good partnership, it thrives on communication. These symptoms are its way of talking to you. All we have to do is learn to listen with an open and attentive heart. As we close our time together, I want you to feel a sense of empowerment, not fear. You now hold knowledge that many people do not. You have the tools to be more observant, more in tune with your body, and more proactive about your health. This is the true essence of well-being, not just the absence of disease, but the active pursuit of vitality, happiness, and a long, independent life filled with moments that matter. This is the greatest gift you can give yourself and your loved ones. So I'll leave you with a gentle question to ponder. What is one small signal from your body, even a tiny whisper, that you've promised yourself you'll start paying more attention to, beginning today? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Your experience could inspire someone else in our wonderful community. Please don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you won't miss our next video, where we'll be exploring simple exercises to boost your balance and prevent falls. Until then, take wonderful care of yourself and remember that your health is your greatest wealth.